It's them Lobby Boyz.
It's them Lobby Boyz. Lobby Boyz. Had to climb back. They making theme music right now. The Lobby Boyz are making theme music. This is the music you put on when you wake up in the morning. You don't feel like it.
Facts.
It's the music you put on when you know you're about to face somebody at work that you really don't like. You put this music on when you about to go catch that 7-figure deal, Tracy G. You put this on.
That's right.
They got a few anthems on here you need to put on. Come on, man. We not talking about your average guys right now. I promise we not. Fuck the rap business. It's bigger than rap. Rap was the tool. It was the resource. It was the asset. They saw something bigger for themselves. They needed to get to it. How can I get to it? Because what I'm doing in this lobby ain't working.
I see what you doing right now, Calloway.
What I'm doing in this lobby don't have a big promise for me. I already know where it ends up. I've seen it 1,000 times before. It's happened to people before me. It's happening to people now. It's going to happen to people after me. I'm different. I'm special.
Ooh.
I'm doing what Kendrick did in that song when he used the voice of Nipsey. I'm speaking to you in Maino's talk.
The heart.
This is Maino's consciousness I'm speaking through. I'm channeling this shit. He saw something bigger. And that's what he did with this rap game. He understood that his trials and tribulations, his lack of guidance as a kid that forced him to make choices that now he realized may not have been the best.
No pun.
Ooh, good one, Tracy. But it helped him shape and mold him to who he is today. And he shares it with us throughout this whole album. But, man, I don't know what got into him, had to be. I don't know who he mad at. I don't know what happened. He got us a lot of hits in the past. Maybe they didn't recognize it big enough. We did. We was playing them shits every single day. I don't know if he was like, man, I'm about to do this full album with Jim. I got to make sure, Jim ain't going to out-rap me on this one. I don't know what he said, but when you tune into these songs, I just played that Climb Back. That was I couldn't stop playing that last night. My neighbors are pissed. Lobby Boyz anthem. We gonna play that.
Yes.
Now, before I even introduce him, pull that Lobby Boyz anthem.
Yes.
I don't even want to talk to him right now. I just want to hear him rap.
Okay.
Shit, we don't.
Lobby Boyz.
Let's go, man. Maino's here. Jim Jones coming. 888-742-3345.
Think about that. Big Daddy Kane and all them got cheated. Special Ed and all them got cheated.
The sound was so different. You feel what I'm saying?
9-4, 9-5, the Biggie era and all that. Those are the artists. Some of the artists are still that we still see today.
Right.
From Jay-Z,
Nas.
The Lox, Nas, Dipset. Like we still outside a lot of these artists.
Still able to compete
and make money.
That's right.
In 2022.
You hear that? Or those orators. Those are gatekeepers right now.
That's a good point. Yeah.
The 80s got cheated. They cheated the 80s. The 80s were the example. They were the guinea pigs. They took the publishing. They gave them shitty royalties. They gave them slave contracts. But God bless them. I just had a conversation with Easy AD from the Cold Crush Brothers. You can go on our site and hear about their story. That's why we got to celebrate them.
Yeah.
We have to do it. The business ain't going to take care of nobody.
Absolutely not.
The business not in love with you because you make art. They in love with you because your art make money.
Yep. Commerce. Yep.
And if it don't make money, there's no love.
It don't make sense.
So they push the 80 artists to the side, but those voices that you heard now, I want you to listen to thoroughly because they have nothing to give but gems. And I say this because I tune into them. I watch the roles that they've evolved into. Maino was a wild guy, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now he's prophesizing.
Yeah.
Now you're in such what? Thank you for the applause. Thank you, man. What? When I listen to this album, I've always heard you rap with vigor and excitement. That's Jim. He's Capo right there. Hold up, man. Fuck that. Let me get the applause going again, man. Hold
He
up.
was hella cool too.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's all purpose. His fashion is impeccable.
You know it.
His fashion is impeccable.
Look at that.
His business sense is to be admired. He's a mogul. You can see him on all heights, baby. You can see him whether he's at the White House or at Taft. You can see him everywhere. You can see him in the Bay hanging out with Filthy Rich and Killer Fontaine.
Yes.
I know the stories.
Oh, man.
I know what goes on behind the curtain. Ladies and gentlemen, El Capo himself, Jim Jones.
Woo!
Jim Jones.
He look great, too.
How y'all feeling?
Beautiful.
Man, I've been 15 minutes I've been hyping y'all up, Jim.
Sorry, Bob.
Fucking 15 minutes.
I'll be forgetting some of this shit is live, man. I'm sorry about
man,
that.
you don't have to apologize. Thank you. Thank you.
For what? For coming late?
Okay, so let me tell you why I say
you
thank
ain't
you.
late.
You ain't late. You on time, brother.
Told you,
you
Maino.
on time.
I'm on time.
There you
on
go.
time.
You know, you been late to Maino. Maino was pissed over here, but I wasn't. Damn, Sway, man. What I'm supposed to do about this, man? These Harlem motherfuckers. You in Harlem, Sway. Why they got to be fashionably late? What is that about, man? Everything's about fashion, even when they late, you know. I want to commend you. You've touching a few of my family members. You don't even know it.
No, me?
You touch a few of my family members, and I normally don't go off and say it, but you know, I've had Jay Walt out of Oakland approach me and say, "What do you think of Jim Jones?" I said, "How you know Jim?" He said, "Jim approached me. He said he saw what I'm doing." I said, "Jim is an amazing person, and if he sees you, that means you worth being seen." My cousin Killer Fonte said that you liked one of his pictures. We just had Killer Fonte on the show last week in L.A.
He's dope. He be fucking with Filthy right now.
Filthy rich. And there's some big things happening in the Bay. Yep. And see, this is what I'm saying. Jim is touching down on every on every region.
Right.
He don't want nothing. He's offering something based on, I'm assuming, the shit he been through. So he want to make sure everybody get it good.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I like good music. I like to see the younger generation flourish. Wasn't people like me in my position when we was coming up, so I want to continue to show people that we supposed to help more than we supposed to hurt. This is what it's all about: elevation of myself, elevation of everybody else. But for the most part, from the beginning of my career, I always could see greatness and try to help people out in their situation or understand where they at in life, especially when it comes to the game and success.
What do you think is, when you've seen a lot of these younger independent artists, and Manny, who could jump into it too, what do you think are some of the common mistakes that they're making right now? That they don't need a bigger label, or they don't need a major label, or they trying to X out the major label. Like that's might not be the best component to add to your success. It depends on how you negotiate, man. They say you get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate, not what you deserve. So you could take that and get what you deserve, or get more than you deserve. But for the most part, I'd be trying to tell these artists that the more successful you are as an independent artist, the more money you can take from these major labels if you have a smart lawyer. What do you think, man? I see you.
I would say that a lot of that has to do with the information that you're getting from your circle. A lot of them, they might get some traction off of a record that goes viral, and immediately they already 10 steps ahead of the game because they already feel like they already big stars, and because they already feel like they big stars, you forgot 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right, you forgot those other steps. You went from 1 to 10 without doing the middle. So now you already feel, and you posturing as if you this huge artist. I watch artists catch a record and walk around, like they was like the greatest thing ever, and not take the right deal, and then when that hype of that record died down. Yep. That phone wasn't ringing no more. So the information is goes back to what he was saying. Like we hustling, right? And it's everybody's throwing out this word about being independent and owning your masters and all that, but you have to have your masters be worth something.
Got to be worth something.
And there's people on major labels that own their masters. Like let's take a Baby for instance. Baby turned his situation into a real independent distribution numbers. Like his is flip side. He like 80-20 in his favor, which doesn't happen, and that's at a major label. People got to see these are the things that people are doing now on distribution labels. So once again, when I say you get what you negotiate, not what you deserve. Right. So you can negotiate for more than what you deserve, and things people like Baby are showing us the way. But independent is a great lane. Some people not built for it. I say if you're a very artist-driven person, independence might not be the best thing for you because you are not thinking about business. You think about the artistry and how to
think about the art. You're a creative,
yes,
right? Yeah, because you need that marketing.
Yes,
right.
And we talked about that before about major labels that's what they have to offer. The fact that they're like a bank, you want to use their money. That's just what the relationship is, because when you put out a project, I mean, you need money to market it. You need resources. You need those things to get it into the people's faces. So that's what the give or take with that is.
Maino and Jim Jones are here. I'm curious because I'm looking at y'all dynamic, Jim. What was it like being in the studio with Maino, knowing that he was trying to murder you on every song? I mean, like, come on, man, y'all supposed to be a team, bro. I'm listening to this.
It was actually the other way around. It was actually the other way around. Right? But let me tell you, because I was doing records, and then he would come in. And then I was like, damn, man, I want to change my verse. Like because he was talking crazy, like, like, and the thing about when you doing music with somebody that you actually fuck with, you a fan of their music, you a fan of what they bring to the table, and it was like his improvement as a rapper, like it was like the bars, like he was talking crazy, and I was just like, damn.
Iron sharper than iron.
That's right. Still sharp as steel.
So
just keep you going.
100%. Just like get on the basketball court with some people that are elite. You're going to have to step your game up no matter what. Else you're not going to get on the basketball court. That's how I learned how to play basketball, by dealing with people at the time that I thought was better than me. But when I got on the court and see that I could really ball with them, it was refreshing to know and things like that. But Maine, I've been watching Maine for a minute. And when we actually got a chance to do the music, he'll tell you, like the fourth record, I pulled him to the side, like, whoa, this is getting a little bit more better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
You heard?
Facts.
He said that to you?
That's a fact. He pulled me and said, yo, this is better than what I thought it was.
Yeah.
This is sounding crazy.
Let's really go for it.
This is sounding crazy. Because we originally said we was going to do like 10 records, 12 records.
10 records,
in a
10
week.
days, B.
2 weeks.
We're going to put out a project real quick.
But it became such a moment,
organic living thing at the time, like, and it was therapeutic for me also, just to see the type of vibe, the energy, the people that was supporting, like the whole process this past year recording this album was probably one of the fun albums that I got time for. It was fun. It was like no pressure was on. It was like I didn't have no pressure. Like, and not saying all the pressure was on Maino, but Maino took all the pressure wholeheartedly. Like, he took all the responsibility to do the business side. He took responsibility of doing executive producing and picking the beats. These are things that I've been doing for the past 20 some odd years. So to see somebody else step in a position that I usually step into and really do it and understand it was refreshing to me. I could just sit back, kick my feet up like you did. Like, two small people don't need to do the same thing. That's like us trying to ride one bike. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to go as fast as we want. You dig? Even though we riding a bike.
But how did you, when you do it all, when you usually that point person, it's hard to relinquish those responsibilities. Like, you just get.
I mean, it didn't. I didn't relinquish off top. I was just from the moment, from the first day I got there, just watching the process and watching how he had things set up, then watching his support team and watching his people and the people he had around him, and then them mixing with my people, and then my man Ponies, like, they really know they shit. And I'm like, all right, well, then let them handle it. You ain't got to do too much because we already got a shitload of shit that we doing already. So this takes away, this alleviates a lot of pressure on us to know that they're able to complete the job. But Maino's a beast. Like, I've watched what he's doing. He can be an absolutely dope executive inside this industry right now. Like, serious. No,
I like
that. He really can he gets busy.
You know, the music part of it, right? Sometimes the hardest thing in the world to do is to get two artists together at the same time on the same page every day. So we planning on doing
every day. Whoa,
every day.
You said every day.
No, every day. I said every day.
I heard him.
I said every day.
It was close though. It
was every day.
It was a little murky.
Yeah, it was
Maybe he wanted to
every
say
day.
every damn day.
Every day.
Okay.
Every day.
Little ambiguous in there. I didn't know.
So the thing was, I felt like, I said, yo, Jim, let me go in the studio and get some shit off my chest. And then, you come in, you listen to it. Because I felt like somebody had to set it off to make it easier.
Yeah.
To make it easy instead of just going in the studio and saying, what we doing? I don't know what we doing. Like, somebody needed to take the initiative to have some type of direction. And I love the fact that he trusted me with that. He said, fuck it, let's go. And it became, see, the greater thing in all that is the fact that we really friends over the years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that you can do that with somebody you don't really know.
Right.
Or you don't really trust. You can't just walk in the studio and just say, all right, fuck it, you got it. You know what I mean? Because I don't know this nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know this guy.
Can't give them all of that.
Yeah, like, what do you mean you got it? No, I got it. You know what I'm saying? So it was, and when you come together, when you got two strong males that come together, you know, it's not about no ego.
Yeah.
It's not about no pride. It's
comfortable.
Right? It's not about no pride. It's the song called Praying, right?
With Benny.
With Benny. That song, right, is like one of the most popular songs on the project, right? The hook is shout out to the niggas that I got it out the mud with, right? That hook wasn't a hook. That was part of my verse.
Wow.
So after we finished it, right? So this is what I'm talking about, trust. Capo said to me, yo, that should be the hook.
Right.
We should take that and make that the hook. I said, yo, you know what? Let's go. No ego.
Right.
No pride. You might be right. And he was right.
I love this.
That's
Me
crazy.
too.
So one of the things, I've been around a few conversations, like just a fly on the wall, when decisions were made who were going to be features on songs. Like, and it's interesting how the process of elimination goes. Why this person won't work, why that person won't work. Did you guys collab and agree on every single feature? Because y'all don't really need features. Y'all two
Right.
are enough.
Right.
So I think it's interesting the features that you picked and who for the particular songs. How did that all get worked out?
That just was all organic magic, like
Mm.
all organic magic, and every person that you hear on them features all came to the lobby. We call the studio the lobby. So that was even more magical because in 2022, you don't get the opportunity to make an album and have all the features come and sit
near.
with you and be creative
Everybody.
and
Right.
do it right. I mean, everybody.
Everybody.
So this album
That's
was way
dope.
different
Everybody.
than
That's
most
dope.
albums that I've done in the year 2000s. Like, you know, in the 90s it was different. It was more of a personal thing. You got to pull up. But as things get digital, it get changed. But
Being in there is crazy.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The energy, because we already had a dope energy in there. We would be a lot of people in there. We be in the chilling, you know, some liquor in there, some smoke.
Yeah, I saw it.
You know what I mean?
I didn't get one invite.
It was a
but
vibe.
I saw it.
It's a
I saw
vibe.
it.
Shut
It was a
up,
vibe.
Sway.
So when certain people was in town, and while we're running, like I ran into Young Blue at a bowling alley,
Right.
right? and we kicked it. It was like, yo, you gonna be here tomorrow? Like, pull up at the studio.
Pull
He
up.
said, yeah, no
Okay.
problem. And he came to the studio. Everybody came to the studio. Fab, everybody
That's
came.
dope.
I
I
seen,
love
I
that.
seen Young Ma somewhere outside of the street.
He said, yeah, he seen Young M.A. one day,
Uh-huh.
and then she called me like, yo, I'm on my way to the studio.
That's
I was
crazy.
like, word? He was sending people to the studio. They was beating him there.
love it.
Benny just walked in the studio one day. I ain't get a call or nothing.
Yo, for real.
Benny just walked in the studio.
But
Just
that's
walked
how the
in.
dopest
That's-
shit
it was
get
dope.
made,
It was
though,
dope.
for
It was
real.
dope.
Showed up.
He just showed everybody that's on that album showed up and worked
and they
directly
didn't just
with
show
us.
up and leave. Like they showed up
stayed
and
and
for
vibed.
the night. Like
Yes.
for
Caught
the
the
night.
vibe.
They
Yes.
caught the
Yeah.
whole
Yes.
vibe
You
after
feel
the
it.
music.
Yes.
You
That's
can feel
right.
it when
Love
you're
that.
listening to
I
it.
love
Yes.
that.
And
Yes.
let's play that praying.
Yes.
Let's play that real quick. Just bought a home for $1 million and a change, some change.
Yeah.
Still riding with these killers in
Yeah.
the range.
That's just lines. I'm lying.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask you that. Is that
You did?
okay, you knew where I was going with
You
that.
heard? I mean, breakfast for McDonald's in the range, Dunkin' Donuts,
Yeah,
coffee
okay.
in the range.
Okay, I figured that was just a little paint. That was just a little picture.
It's crazy out
That's
there.
a little
You
painting
heard?
right there.
You gotta
man.
watch what you say on your music. You
Man,
can't even
it-
be an artist out here anymore.
Just bars.
You heard?
Just bars.
Well, you know, it's interesting what we've been seeing, what's going on with these laws and lyrics,
Yeah.
and how lyrics are putting
Yeah.
folks behind bars.
Yeah.
You know, you think that'll hinder how you write moving forward?
Never.
I don't want it to ever.
I never wrote in a position to put me in a position. You dig? I'm just
Right.
explaining life out here and what I've been, some of the things I've been through, and some of the things some of my people's been through, and hopefully that you can see some of the stuff we've been through and not go through it. You dig? That's how I always wrote my music. I never wrote my music from a perspective of me doing anything.
There it is.
Detailing a specific crime. Nah.
Nah,
That's nasty.
that ain't what you do.
No.
That ain't.
That ain't happen.
You know what? We got the perfect people here for the. You know, we do a segment called the do's and don'ts of rap.
Right.
You know, and get that man that. I think we should do this with. Who better to do this with than Maino and Jim?
I agree, but who first?
Oh, well, they could do it together.
All right.
Okay, hit that for me real quick.
Jim Jones and Maino are hip-hop veterans. So today, we're going to have them drop some gems on all you aspiring MCs. Here's the as well as the of hip-hop.
Wow, this is
on
funny.
Sway in the Morning with Heather B. and Tracy G.
This is funny.
So this
Well
is
produced
the,
here.
Well produced. This is a real show. This is
a
not
show.
no rinky dink.
They got me
Morning
somebody
show. This is it. This is top of the notch.
Hey, DB, explain how this works, man, real quick. We just sat here and thought about
So we
this.
pulled some popular hip-hop items, terms, and phrases, you know, things that you deal with in your career, you know, like chauffeurs, you know, expenses, things like that. And so we wanted to get your opinion on the do's and the don'ts.
Okay,
cool.
okay. You got to put bag right there. You guys go
Got
ahead
a
and pull
bag?
it. Jim, you want us to go? We put gold flakes on it. I thought that might appeal to you. Gold and stuff. All right, what's the first thing? What'd I say?
Bodyguards.
That's a do.
That's a do?
That's a do.
Okay, all right.
That's a
And,
do.
and why?
I mean, listen, it's a profession and it's a business. And when you become a business, you got to protect the business. You understand? All this whole talk, this fake talk about not having people in place, professional people in place to help move you around and navigate through places that you need to be in. I mean, protect the business, and that's exactly what it is. That's all that talk about. Anything other than that is just talk.
Can you hire your homie as a bodyguard? Is that a do or don't?
It depends if your homie has a license for doing
Bonded.
bodyguard work.
And to be bonded.
I mean, it's a few lines of defense that smart artists use. You dig? This is why we have the security for all safety measures, and they also a viable witness in case anything happened. And then you have the second line of defense, with it's usually the homeboys, but the homeboys don't usually react like security react because they can't see what's coming at them because they're already in the mix. So you know you gotta play it for what it's worth. You dig?
I like that. Guess let's get some more of these, man. I'm educated.
That's
man.
good.
So I feel like I'm in an episode of Kitchen Talk.
Yeah,
We just did it. We finally did it, man.
Yeah, we did it. We did it. Oh, this is a do. We always want these
Well, what does it say?
royalty checks.
Of
Okay.
course.
All
We
right.
need those.
But when you get them, is it any don'ts?
Don't splurge it.
Don't splurge your royalty check.
I don't know how long you're gonna get those for.
Yeah.
At some point you
they
gotta
don't come
save
every week.
Right.
It's not a check. It's not a. Yeah, they don't come
a
every week,
bonus.
bro.
At some point you gotta save something.
Yo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you listen, he
Okay.
know.
All right, cool. Let's do a couple more. This is pretty good.
Don't splurge.
That was a do and a don't.
That's a do it, right? That's both.
Homes, cars, and jewelry. Homes.
What are the do's and don'ts on
Buy a home. Buy your
Right.
home. Not
Right.
rent a home. Buy you a home. That's real estate. That means that's something that you own. That means if times get hard, you can go to the bank and get some money from that home, or you can sell that
Right.
motherfucker and get you some money back. Cars and jewelry don't really have the value that home have. Cars depreciate soon if you pull off the lot. And jewelry, if you bust a watch down, that's like a car pulling off the
Yeah,
lot. You
keep
got to
it-
be very smooth when you're doing
Right,
jewelry
but
and
the
cars.
jewelry-
But watches can be very
That's right. It could be an
a
investment.
dope investment if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But homes, real estate, first time you get some money, buy you a home.
So would you suggest leasing then?
No, that's
Okay.
not buying you a home.
No, I mean for the
talking about
car.
car.
For the
Oh,
car.
for the
can
car.
lease- you can
Yes,
lease, yeah,
it
you can
depends.
lease,
Like
yeah.
it
Yeah.
depends on where you at with the car. Some people prefer a lease.
could.
Some people prefer
Finance.
financing. Me myself, I've been leasing for a long time. Not to mention that there's cars that I like that I actually buy. Or you dig, but leasing is is way
you
better.
I
know,
agree.
You can get in and out of cars,
and out of it.
brand new cars. Don't
Yep.
let all these rappers fool you. Tell them, I ask them how many pink slips they got. I bet you they can't produce all the pink slips for all the cars that they got.
I mean,
It's nothing wrong
I
with
think people
leasing.
know
Yeah,
that
I
a lot
agree.
of-
It's
a lot
your
of
car.
That shit is cap.
That's
Super
cap, right?
cap.
So when you
Everybody
be
know
doing like you do a lot of messaging, daily messages, and
Yeah.
you always in a fly car. Is
Yeah.
that leased?
Yeah.
And that's smart.
Fucking right.
Okay.
And that's
Yeah.
smart.
All right.
I mean, but every car that I had wasn't leased. Finance, lease.
100%.
So, you know, it all depends on the deal, on how bad I wanted the car,
And
whatever
your
the
situation.
situation.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation was
It's
at the
different.
time. You know what I mean? I had cars that was leased, right? I've had cars that was finance.
There's nothing wrong with both.
There's nothing wrong with
and
either.
I
The
chose to
finance
get-
is just that you kind of stuck with it. And then you gotta figure.
gotta-
And when you want it,
it's the
because you
same
don't want a
shit,
car
really.
more than you don't want no car more because you be upside down. You don't want it no car more than 2 years anyway. So then, because you always
You're
kind
gonna
of
be upside down regardless of the finance if you're
This
trying
is
to
what
get
I'm
out unless
saying.
you're buying it.
This is what I'm saying. You're gonna be upside down really regardless. So that's the only thing about the finance when you're trying to get out.
You know
of
what
it.
I did years ago? I chose to relinquish my Rolls Royce habits and things like that for a driver. Probably one of the smartest moves.
That is the smart. That's the best thing.
One of the smartest moves that
the
I ever
best,
did.
especially living in New York City. You really don't need a car.
Facts.
You in this area, you can just invest in a truck, a black truck, and then
move and
have
groove,
and moving
baby.
around and
That's
get somebody to move you around. That's it. That's the best thing to have.
That's
A driver. And Heather don't give me issues every day because I catch Uber, so I got a driver.
I took an Uber here.
Yeah. Did you really?
Yeah. I swear to God, because we had a rough
catching
night.
Uber every day. It might be more cost effective for you to lease a vehicle and hire a
If
driver.
you're doing it every day.
He's not
Right.
driving.
Nah.
He's not.
He said and hire a driver, though.
You're not doing that either.
It's better than having this Uber
It
every
is.
day.
But he's not.
No,
We've
no,
been
but-
talking
You
to him for 11 years.
can work out a deal with the driver.
We've been talking to him for 11 years.
And
Y'all
he's not-
He's not doing
He's
nothing.
doing-
He's
creature
stuck,
habit
he's
right
stuck in his ways.
Thank you.
I took an Uber here though. I took a black truck here.
You took a black
I had a
one,
I had a rough night last night. I
Oh,
almost
yeah. I
woke
wonder
up in the
why.
shade room.
I wonder why.
What happened?
Almost woke up in the
This
shade
guy-
room.
this
That's a
Ball
verse.
This guy's
alert.
crazy.
That's one of his
Crazy.
bars.
Tracy, look that up.
Man,
He needs a chaperone.
that's what
It
I'm
almost
talking
got
about,
crazy
Jim.
last night, huh?
I've been concerned about you.
Why?
Especially from reading this. I don't know if you be
What?
talking about past or well, first of all,
What?
let me say this
What's up?
album. I said this to you, Maino, but now that Jim is here, you said it before, Jim. This is a fun album. It's an introspective album. I feel like this is tremendous, not just for New York City, but the
Right.
entire state.
Right.
It's a manual of sorts. But you, Maino,
Yeah.
first
But you.
Tell me.
Lobby Boyz anthem, when you said something about strippers is still taking your soul.
Well,
That- Okay.
What? I didn't say nothing.
Rap back.
Chaperone. He reminded you of the chaperone.
He said it ain't.
What? I didn't
It's
say
like, we ain't
nothing.
gonna blow it up. We ain't gonna blow it up. It's all right. It's all right. I heard you though. You know.
And you
what
got
you
another
saying?
track.
We got to play that back.
Huh?
Right, we gonna play it back.
What
but
was the line?
also,
Strippers just took my soul.
and then in Bobby V, I want to say too, when you talking about that you gotta let go of the clubs after
No,
a while,
well,
and then the strippers again.
Lord Jesus, take the
Listen,
wheel.
You understand? What's good with you and
here's-
strippers?
here's-
What's the
here's-
do's and don'ts of strippers?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Is that one in here?
Here's the thing.
Let me peel these papers back. Fuck that. Now I'm picking. Hold on.
We concerned, Maino.
I know. Listen, it's
Okay.
look. I mean, if I'm gonna, I always made music from the standpoint of I'm not always the hero in the music.
Right.
He makes Jezebel look like an angel.
So this guy's crazy.
Okay.
You make Jezebel.
Here, Maino.
I'm biblical terms. I mean, biblical terms.
You gotta stop. You have to stop.
That was Jesus' favorite female. You read that in the Bible, right? That was his home girl. She was gang. Don't worry about it.
Listen,
you
this,
did.
you
She
see what
was
this is?
gay.
She was gay.
If you read the Bible, that was
Jezebel was
Shout out
You
to
see what
Mary
this is?
Magdalene.
groupies. That says.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this is a do.
Okay, tell
This
us
is-
why.
for you.
Balance.
No, for you.
Jim.
Say
Life is
say
about
it's a do
balance.
for Maino.
This can help relieve some tension.
For
Whatever
Maino.
you going, if anybody.
Oh, not
Right?
Jim, man.
No,
He's
we're
trying
not
to get you
speak-
specific.
I'm
No.
speaking for myself.
Right.
Okay,
But it can
okay.
increase tension too, depending on your relationship status.
Of course,
let me hear your theory. Why?
Listen, life in itself is a journey, right?
Yes.
It's a bumpy ride. It's ups, it's down, and you're dealing with certain things, and we're not all perfect. So I'm a man. I'm flawed. I got it. We all have issues about ourselves. You understand? Some people have drug habits. Some people have lifestyle habits.
Wait. Let me see. 'Cause he has a
What?
problem of going too far. Wait.
What?
Wait.
Where we going?
Not now.
No,
Just
I'm not going that far.
Just don't.
I'm not going
don't
there.
Go, just cool
I'm
out.
not going that way.
Cool out.
I'm
Turn
not
the
going
car
there.
off now.
I'm telling you. Some
Take it.
people have different habits. And what I'm saying is that lifestyle habits, the things
Okay.
like I've been a
Okay.
person that in my life. Stop saying I've had lifestyle habits, being caught up in a certain life.
I like how you worded that. You put that so
action,
eloquently.
You understand activity outside.
Habits
Yeah.
of the
You understand?
habits of the
so
lifestyle.
When I say I wake up in penthouses, these strippers just took my soul. You gotta stop. Nobody's talking about those lines.
I know which line he talking
so-
about. I
so
remember
you
that
gotta
after the shave room.
You gotta
in
slow
the
down.
kids' room. What happened in the kids' room,
This is what I'm
Maino?
trying to say. Tell
What
him.
happened in
We
the kids'
talking
room,
It's
Maino?
embarrassing.
Crazy.
It's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing.
It's very
It
embarrassing.
is
Now
what
we
it
got to
is.
go to every place we do an interview and people got to talk about this debauchery that you put in us
Listen,
through.
listen. At the end of the day, right? It caught your ear though, right?
It caught the ear.
It's like, oh, that's crazy, man.
That boy nasty.
That
Terrible.
boy crazy.
Yo, this dude living out his
Listen.
fantasy on this album.
Like kids room, boy.
Listen, man.
He's
life-
definitely eating on this album.
Yeah,
life-
he is.
On the album. Talking about spitting.
Oh,
Bars.
okay.
Like
He
you
said
heard?
to say bars.
Nah,
He caught a
bars.
lick.
Eating.
He caught a lick.
Yo, listen, life is a journey, man.
You
It's-
eating.
On the album.
Yes.
Okay.
You caught
I'm
that.
not,
Yeah.
don't worry. I'm
Man,
just leave you right
This
there.
is,
Don't you
leave
say
it right
here.
there. This
Okay.
is I'm gonna say this is a do. This is balance.
Groupies is a do. We back on that.
You know, it's a balance.
That's
I mean,
a
don't
do.
spend all your time with the groupies though. That's an
imbalance.
imbalance.
That's a bad
You understand?
imbalance.
That's very bad. You know?
You could wake up on the shave room like Maino did plenty of times.
Yeah.
That's when the imbalance goes
Yes.
wrong, right? That's when the balance is out the
This is
window.
bad.
But is it? I mean, that's
It's
good
bad.
exposure. You know, the shade room.
Sometimes you don't want that exposure though. She's like, damn, I'm caught up there like
That's
that.
not always the
You don't
best
want- you don't want
exposure.
it. You don't
I
want
mean,
that.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
don't want. I don't want
guess
that.
they said-
That's a don't. That's a don't. That's a don't.
Would you
They said
take
that's a
Sway
big
out?
don't.
Would you take Sway out on one of your outside activity nights?
I don't know if he's ready for that.
Oh, wow.
Sway.
You got to bring back the wolf, Calloway.
Nah, man, I retired.
You tried. And we was out last night, right?
Yeah.
And I go
Always separate cars.
Yeah, look, I go over to Jim.
Hotel rooms 20 miles apart.
That's
I
right.
Yo, listen, Trey, I go over to Jim and I said, I might wake up in the shade room tonight.
You already declared.
I'm telling him, I might be on ball alert in the morning. I'm gonna be in the blogs in the morning. I'm telling you.
You gotta stop this shit.
Yo, listen, I'm just playing, man. Like this is fun, and the music is therapy, though.
Yes.
You know what I mean. So
I see that.
certain things, the music is therapy. So I speak about a lot of the things. Like I like to balance the pain with the
With the pleasure.
Yes.
with the pleasure. So it's and that really is what life is, though.
Yeah.
If you think about it, though, you know, we be going through certain things personally. We dealing with certain things personally at the same time. We trying to balance having careers, paying our bills, taking care of our kids, all of that at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So that's how I make my music.
Maino and Jim Jones, man. Give these dudes
I
a
hear
round
that.
of applause.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what song it was. You said the lyric. I just caught my second win.
Oh,
That's Lobby Boyz anthem.
Lobby Boyz anthems. You niggas can't kill me. I'm a couple blessings in.
Yeah.
And I think about your career.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I interpret it.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
it's other
indeed.
things.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
I just caught my second win, meaning everybody don't. What we doing right now, I don't think, you know, everybody has been able to bounce back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've had high moments. I've had moments where I felt really good about my life and my career, and then there was times when I felt really bad and I felt really low. You know, I've been in dark places. So to have the opportunity to catch your second win, to be able
Amen.
to come back,
Very rare.
yeah, it's very
Very rare you get
rare.
a second chance in this
That's
in
a
this
fact.
game.
Yeah, man.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna venture out and say nobody has done it like we've been able to do that, and Jim has done it and been
3-4
consistent.
times
yeah,
out this motherfucker.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, that's
you
what
know
I'm-
I mean? But you got
They
you
done
got-
made my
yeah,
grade for me a bunch of times in this shit. Like,
Man.
get his plot ready. He's out of here.
Out of there.
That's a fact.
Wow.
And then you
Jumped out the casket on this nigga.
Yep.
Fresh to death, too.
Right out the
Fresh to
casket.
death. Not fresh to death.
Right out the casket.
Might be a few minutes late, but he's there though.
Yeah.
He's still coming out the casket.
Just when you thought I was dead,
Exactly.
Fashionably fresh, right?
bounce right back.
But that's
I think that what y'all saying is something that I think some of the younger artists should pay attention to. I think people are really fast to write people off as old heads or whatever. But I think this era of a certain era of folks have been able to keep sustaining. And a lot of artists are getting it so fast, so we're making a lot of money. But to y'all's point, you gotta save that money because 40 is different.
Yeah.
Than what it was before. It's
Yeah.
different now, you know?
It's way different.
It's way different. And for these kids saying you old at 40, well, in 18 years, 19 years, I don't know if that bag's still going to be sitting there. When they phone stop ringing, it can stop ringing. And not everybody has the
yes.
hustle in them to
Yes.
sustain and reinvent themselves.
Facts.
Every podcast ain't popping.
Right.
You know, every feature ain't guaranteed.
right.
It's a lot of shit. You look at LL. We talk about 80s music today. Look at what he's been able to do since the 80s.
LL,
Cube,
right, the GOAT.
Latifah. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's not going to have
Light.
these careers.
Have the
Light.
beat.
So I salute y'all for being able to
thank
do this because you talking decades,
Right.
and not everybody's gonna be able to do
Right.
this
And
shit.
people don't make this tie.
No,
Right.
Let me tell you something. Heather B is the first African American reality TV star
That's a
ever,
fact. That's a fact.
Yeah,
though.
that's
ever
right.
in the world.
That's a fact.
Real
That's a
world.
fact.
In the
She-
world.
She set a wave.
That's
She
fact.
set a wave, and Jim revolutionized reality TV.
Indeed.
And
For
so-
black people.
For black people. And
But
so
they'll never say that.
that,
No, that's
you
why we
did.
gotta
That's why
say
we
it.
saying it
That's why we
now.
gotta say it.
Ain't gotta say we saying it. Look at them two together. Nobody even made that connection. Can y'all just smile to each other? real
We've
quick?
been smiling all the time. That's I always show love when I see them out. So I
That's
always
the
show
reality.
love.
This is reality royalty right here.
Reality royalty.
Post that.
Crazy.
No, it's
Because look
crazy.
how many people eating off of reality TV.
Boy,
Indeed.
and when I
It's big
started,
business.
they were talking to me crazy, like, boy, you must be fucked up in your pockets. What's going on? You fucked up in your head. Why is you doing this? I'm talking about everyone.
Nobody
I
understood
can
that.
name 20 people right now that told me I was tripping. And them same 20 people right now then got a reality check.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
Wow.
Go ahead and name them.
Wow.
Jim, what is is this success for you? I mean, you've been such a mogul throughout the whole artistic process. But right now, are you living in success? Have you reached your goals?
Nah, I haven't reached my goals at all. I mean, I don't even care about the success part of it. Success is just something that comes with my hard work. You dig? Success don't comes with a dollar. You dig? I care about the check of it and things like that. But where I'm at right now, I'm very comfortable. I'm very happy from the journey that I've been on and how I switched things up in the ninth inning and things like that. You dig? Like I can't be mad. I give all the grace and thanks to God for sticking
Amen.
by my side. You know, this is a tricky game, man. Ain't nothing promised or guaranteed. The
That
only thing
part.
that's promised is you
That's
be able
right.
to work hard the next day to try to get to where you got to go. And I know that comes with a lot of luck and a lot of God being on my shoulder, because I've made some fucked up mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I made some mistakes that most people can't come back from. So for me to still be here, I know in the back of my mind that I'm here for something greater.
That's a
I mean,
fact.
you know what I mean? Like, and I mean that wholeheartedly. So I know that music is not. That's just getting me warmed up. You dig? I know that wholeheartedly. I can't tell you what it's going to be, but I know God is pushing me in a direction to do something so much more. Dig?
I love that. And I'm looking at that beautiful angel on your
That's
neck,
right.
man.
That's right.
Come on, man.
That's right.
Wow, was she proud of you?
Most
your mom.
My mom's was like my biggest supporter, right? She when I first came home from jail, you know, and my whole thing was I'm gonna get into this music business. You know, we was going into the studio making CDs and stuff like that. She would bring me a CD.
Yeah.
You know, and then she would ride around with my music, and I'm like, Mom, how you listening to this? I'm talking so crazy on here, like so what? You're my son. Like she was one of those mothers that you couldn't tell her that I wasn't the best at everything. She think every woman in the room want me, right? Like, Mom, I ain't that good at basketball. Yes, you is. You could do it. Like everything, you couldn't tell that I couldn't do nothing in the world. So, you know, and on this journey, you know, she would. Early on, she would be like, oh, I see you in the studio with Jim Jones talking about Lobby Boy. You know, she watched everything, right? You know, but she was battling, you know, some ailments. Yeah. And she, you know, unfortunately, she passed while we was doing this. You know, this past January.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
It's crazy. This whole journey has been crazy. So God bless Auntie. His mom's passing and while we were making this, and then the lady that raised me on viola that I've said so many times in all my music, she passed away the day that Lobby Boyz came out, the album came out.
Wow.
And it's a very spiritual connection been going on here besides everything else. But, you know, life is life. I watched her live a good life, a long life, but you never think these people are going to leave your side.
Right.
You know what I mean? Until it's time for them to go.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been battling the past week and so on, things like that. So, you know, but for the most part, Lobby Boyz is out.
Lobby
Yes.
Boyz, come on, we in here.
Streaming
Yo,
and
y'all
beaming.
put together a excellent body of work, man.
Agree.
I knew it was real when Fat Joe called me yesterday. Then they called me back after that, and he said to me, I just want to tell you this album is hard, and you went crazy. This is good. And he commenced to tell me that yo, we don't have Illmatics no more with people like listening to whole albums. He said, man, like people will listen to it once or twice and then be like off to the next. He said, but I'm on my 6th listen. And the fact that made me feel really good because he's one of those artists that's been able to stand the test of time.
Yeah.
Like probably better than anybody, right? Because he's been in the game longer than Hove. And he's been able to reinvent himself. So Joe is one of the people that I kind of admire for being able to always reinvent himself and to stay new. Yeah. You know, so when he called me, I felt really good about that. And the feedback has been tremendous, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's well done, man. Like really, you know, we're folks who really we really analyze. We got a whole lot of more lyrics we could ask you about too if we wanted to. But I think you had enough heat for today. We ain't gonna milk you. But even the musical composition and the artists you chose to work with, the construction of the songs themselves, the bridges, the choruses, the you guys took some chances sonically, and I think it meshed really well. Nobody talks that shit like Jim Jones. Yeah. Like, yo, you took it to I can't even talk it like you because I haven't seen those things you've seen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you'll tie in some foreign city or some shit. I ain't been there yet. I can't talk that, you know. But you guys rose to the occasion, man. You put together a great body of work. This is good for culture. Yeah. It's good for community. Sometimes culture and community ain't aligned. Yeah. You know, it's good for community. I want folks to listen to this and learn from this inspiration. You both have always done it, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Nah, you know, I just want to give my shout outs to Raekwon and Ghostface the Killer because this was our version of that Purple Tape.
There you go. Oh, okay.
Right. All right. We said that too.
I can remember buying that CD.
Hell yeah.
Putting it on in the radio in my house on 5H, and
that's a fact.
Me and Cam played that. We didn't turn the radio off. That shit just was on repeat for like the whole summer. As soon as you came in the house and played, you left out repeat the whole summer. But this was the feeling for me. It was like the closest thing we got to the dynamic that Ghost and Ray had that everybody was talking about from all the things we've been through, just creating this album and things like that. Like we are the dynamic duo. You heard we're a super group, all black leather. Don't forget the level when you see us. You heard me?
Okay, all right. And catch us all on tour soon because I'm coming out.
Sway, you got bars?
I can shit. I'll make some. I can.
I'll make some in the kitchen.
I'll come off the top. Don't let me introduce you. You know. I got a dope introduction game.
That's all we need is an introduction game.
Yo, listen, you were saying something earlier that was crazy.
What? When
you was talking earlier,
when I was doing the introduction,
that introduction was mean.
I'm the first, kid. There's a lot of great introducers out there, but they all my sons.
All my
No, it's a lot of great. I do that, and I love when people do that. We got to give ourselves our props. There's certain people that do those introductions really well, and I love when I see it.
Yeah,
but that was always our thing. Fellas, thank you for stopping by, man. Y'all put me in a whole nother mood, man.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to end with that Bobby V.
Yeah.
All right, man, pick up the project. The Lobby Boyz is out now.
Yeah, it's out right now. Stream it and beam it.
There it is.
Yeah.
Jim Jones, the icon. Maino, the legend. Don't smoke it. All right. And hey, listen, on that note, man, we're going to cut out. Let's end the show with Lobby Boyz.